Welcome back.
To Marriage Beyond the Veil. Well, I was talking to a friend today,
Hmm.
and they were saying they were lonely. They felt lonely
Okay.
coming out of a relationship, and they've been doing really well, talking a lot, but they said they felt lonely.
And I can understand how that would occur when you've been on a journey with someone, and particularly for a significant amount of time, if it has been. Um, that would be an opportunity that would present itself. Loneliness.
And I just began to think, in a love relationship, and we've been together for a long time, and there were times even in our relationship, even during our marriage, that I felt lonely.
Okay.
And I know that you had some times that you felt really.
And there's a difference than from being alone and feeling loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
You can be in the midst of a crowd
Mm-hmm.
and still feel lonely.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't denote that one has to be alone
Mm-hmm.
to feel loneliness.
Exactly. And what I was sharing with them was that, um, that's why it's really important that you're really secure in who you are, and also that you have a circle of friends or community that you feel comfortable with.
Well, and I think the first thing that you said is key. Feeling comfortable with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you can be with yourself
Mm-hmm.
and not simply by yourself. And I think that's one of the challenges for a lot of folks. They need distractions. There are certain people that are constantly in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's good or not,
Right.
because they just need the distraction. And the reality, I believe, is they don't want to be with themselves
Mm-hmm.
so much, not so much by themselves, but with themselves. And the reality is this: if you don't want to be with you,
Yeah, nobody else may not.
I was going to say, why would you think somebody else wants to be with you? And I'm not saying that applies to your friend,
Right.
but there's a lot to be said for being comfortable in one's own skin, and enjoying and valuing an opportunity to be alone as opposed to being lonely.
Yeah. And that was something that I shared with them too. And I said, even
Oh,
though
look how deep you went.
I know,
Okay.
even though you are alone, I said, this is a really good time to sort of sit inside of that and really become reacquainted with yourself.
Yeah.
And in doing so, then I believe that our Father will speak to you and, sort of help guide you into your next, into your next phase of your life.
Um, and I just think it is a wonderful opportunity for anybody to spend some time with themselves.
Yes.
Because I think that a lot of folks really don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're constantly seeking out relationships with others, but you don't know who you are, then it's kind of challenging to know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what you're looking for, anything can look like it.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah.
So.
So, uh, understand there's a difference between being alone and being lonely,
Yeah.
but also there is great value in spending time with oneself as opposed to by oneself. So, until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Have a good evening.